During a recent appearance, when asked about the future of Spider-Man and what he hopes to do next, and whether or not there is a chance that the Amazing Spider-Man could return, Andrew Garfield says, you know what, it's time to make a return for the Amazing Spider-Man franchise. This, naturally, is probably going to be received well, right? So like many actors, Andrew Garfield attends Comic-Cons, and he of course talks about various aspects of his career, but the one that always gets brought up naturally is of course Spider-Man. It's the biggest character he's ever played. He's of course one of the most recognizable characters in all of human history. So yeah, people want to know what's up with Spider-Man, and of course after Andrew Garfield made a triumphant return in Spider-Man No Way Home, and they clearly left the door open for more, people always want to know, well, what's going on with you as Spider-Man, and are you interested in playing the Amazing Spider-Man again? And at a recent Comic-Con, Andrew Garfield said yes, he would love to play the character again, and he believes it's time to play the character again. Okay, so, boy, this is a pretty interesting one, right? We know that he has sort of reconnected with Spider-Man. After everything that happened with the Amazing Spider-Man franchise and his falling out with Sony, you know, he had it bad. Luckily, Marvel Studios was able to convince him to come back. He put all that behind him, and he now seems to legitimately love Spider-Man again and talking about the character and wants to do it again. And the fact that this year, at 2 different Comic-Cons now, he said he wants to come back, and he thinks it's time to come back because obviously he's getting older, and the older you get, the harder it's going to be. Yeah, I think, honestly, it would be smart. Now, I've already seen people say, just do it, just bring him back. Guys, that's not the point. They could have just brought him back and thrown him into the Venom films. They could have brought him back and tossed him into Kraven or Morbius. Is that what you want? No, nobody wants that. The whole reason that the Amazing Spider-Man franchise fell apart was because of lack of foreshadowing what they were doing, tossing things in when they felt like it, and trying to build up a Avengers MCU competitor out of nothing. And fans weren't interested. If he's to come back, they got to do it smart. They got to do things differently. You don't just want to do the Amazing Spider-Man 3 for the sake of having Amazing Spider-Man 3, because that's how you get the Amazing Spider-Man 2. That's how you get the rest of the Snyderverse. It's for the sake of just making money and nobody's passionate about it. Remember, in old interviews, him and Emma Stone talked about how it felt off on the set of Spider-Man. It was a committee. Nobody seemed to want to be there, and everybody was miserable during the production because it just wasn't what everybody signed up for. Why would you wish for Andrew Garfield to come back to be tossed into the same system that made him hate Spider-Man? If he wants to come back and he says it's time, they'll let them meet him halfway and figure out what the next step is instead of trying to force something when there might be nothing. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer it exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.